Hey, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a very relaxed chit chat video slash makeup tutorial. I'll be putting on some makeup while talking to you guys. It's basically more of an updated makeup routine, an updated go-to makeup routine, as well as just a life update and more of a chit chat about what we're kind of hoping for in the year 2022, the kind of changes that we want to make, and maybe some ways for us to level up in the new year, because ladies, I think it is time for us to be the best versions of ourselves. So if you're new here, welcome, and I hope that you'll be joining our family. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get into this video. So first things first, happy 2022, my beautiful people, my beautiful family. I wish you nothing but the best, prosperity. May you guys be blessed. May all your wishes and desires come true. And may you all strive to be the best versions of yourselves, because what's more to do in life than to want to become the absolute best that we can be. So to start off this tutorial, I will start off by putting on some trusty sunscreen. Guys, I cannot stress to you how important sunscreen is, because hyperpigmentation is a thing, guys. Like, hyperpigmentation is a real thing, and we as Black people suffer the most from hyperpigmentation, in case you didn't know, you know. So first thing that needs to happen in 2022, my beautiful ladies, ngicela sifake sunscreen. Ngiyanicela, senicelwa yimina ke manje. I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart. Let's look after our skin, guys. Let's protect our skin. Let's do whatever we can on our parts to take care of ourselves, you know. God will do the rest. The universe will do the rest. But that which we have control over, can we please take care of it? So just putting on some sunscreen. Another thing that I like about putting on sunscreen is that it creates this very nice barrier before you put on your makeup. It sort of feels like primer in a way, if I may put it that way. It sort of feels like I'm wearing double primer, because sunscreen sort of gives my skin like a bit of a glow. It gives it that boost of a glow. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. I've just put on the sunscreen. I don't know if you guys can see the glow that I'm talking about. This is this boost of a glow. Okay, so now that I've put on my sunscreen, next up I'm gonna put on my primer. This is my Makeup Revolution primer, hydrates and primer. So I'm gonna put that on as well, because we want this makeup to sit so nicely on our skin, and we want it to last the whole day. So let us prime and prepare the skin so that it can do best. I'm also gonna put some on my neck. Whatever you do on your face, honey, do it on your neck too. That is the rule of thumb. Next up, I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, to just shape up my brows more. I've recently discovered the shade. I used to use Warm Honey in the past, but now I'm using Fawn. And what I like about Fawn is that it literally matches my skin tone perfectly. So It doesn't feel like I'm using a concealer that's too bright. You know, it's literally just perfect. So guys, the first thing I did in 2022, which is something that I don't often do, and I don't know why I don't do this, because I think it is so important. I actually created a vision board. You know, I just needed to visually see exactly what it is that I'm trying to achieve in the year 2022. Absolutely everything that I desired to achieve this year, I put together images of it. I actually created my vision board. It's a digital one. I created it on an app called Canva. I don't know if you guys have heard of Canva. There's like a desktop version of it. There's also a mobile version of it. It is the app that I sometimes use to create my thumbnails for my YouTube videos. It's a wonderful app where you can do so much. You can put so many graphics together. You can create thumbnails. You can create banners. You can create posters. You can create all sorts of things using it. And that is the program that I used to create my vision board. The reason why I made it a digital vision board is because we're obviously living in an age where we don't really put up posters in our rooms on the wall anymore, you know, and you kind of want to put your vision board in an area where you know that you are frequently going to see it, you know. So I created a digital version of it so that I can use it as my laptop wallpaper. So every time I open my laptop, it's literally the first thing I see. And I think it's such an amazing idea, you know. It's also very fun, guys, just like putting images together. It feels very Pinteresty. And I really like that. You know, I really enjoyed creating my vision board. My sister actually encouraged me to create one. She said, "Tell us my vision board." Literally gave me a deadline to say, I want you to create your vision board and I want you to visualize everything that you are hoping to achieve in the new year. It will be very good for you. So I did exactly as I was told. And now I have one. So if you have not created your vision board yet, I would really suggest that you do so. Whether you want to take the digital route and take images from the internet and paste them onto a digital version of a vision board, or whether you actually want to do it the old school way and cut out images from a magazine and paste them on a beautiful big piece of paper and make a beautiful collage and, you know, put it up on your wall or put it up by your workstation. Either way, it's really inspiring and it's really something that I think we should all do. So this is not going to be a very busy type of makeup tutorial with like very bright hectic colors. This is going to be a classic, neutral, beautiful, noticeable when you walk through the door, classic and classy type of makeup, because as I said, we're leveling up. We're trying to be boss ladies, we're trying to be queens, we're trying to be classical, we're trying to be, you know, going to a tennis game type of vibe. Carolina Herrera type of vibe. You get my drift. So I'm gonna add a bit more concealer in my problem areas as well. I'm just gonna put some here on my chin. And I'm gonna put some under my eyes to conceal some of the dark marks, or the dark under eyes rather. So that our face is a beautiful neutral canvas. I'm not going to put too much concealer, like just enough to, you know, make it look decent. So moving on, the second thing, what's actually the third thing now, because the first was sunscreen, the second was vision board. Number 3, I decided to get myself a gratitude journal this year. I have never bought a gratitude journal before. I've always wanted to. What I really wanted was, you know, that 5-minute journal that you see everywhere. You see it on YouTube, you see it on Instagram, you see it on Reels. You basically see it everywhere. You see it on TikTok as well. So I wanted the 5-minute journal, but unfortunately it's not available in South Africa. However, what I did discover was that we have a local version of the 5-minute journal. It's called the All My Love Journal. And Unosi, she's the one who actually plugged me with this journal. Nosi, if you're watching this, I love you so much. Thank you so much. That journal has been a game changer. I'm so grateful for you, Nosi, and I'm so grateful that you've introduced me to such an amazing journal. So the gratitude journal is basically a journal where you keep track of, you know, your daily, I don't know if I should say daily activities, or if I should say just basically what you're grateful for each day. I think it's 3 things that you're grateful for each day. And then also 3 affirmations for that day, you know, so you actually get an opportunity to do daily affirmations. You know, every single day you're affirming, you know, new things or the same things or whatever it is that you want to affirm on that day. I'm now going in with my 2 foundations. This one is a bit too dark. It's a foundation that I got from Sephora. I don't even know what shade this is. Oh wait, it is tan cafe latte in the shade 45. But can you see the difference that my Fawn concealer makes? You know, it's literally balanced out my face. There's no more pigmentation, there's no more dark under eyes. It's like now a perfect canvas for me to work with. So I'm just gonna mix a little bit of the Sephora foundation with my NYX Total Control foundation drops in the shade Golden Honey. I like to mix these 2 together, and then just a little bit of the Sephora one, and then a whole lot of the foundation drops. Basically, that's how I do it. And then I blend it with my finger. Let's see. You see what I mean? So the All My Love journal is available on Instagram. I talk about it so much, you'd think that they've sponsored me. They haven't. I just really love it, and I really think it will be beneficial for all of us. You know, it's a plug that I want to share with you ladies, or anyone in fact who's watching this video. Get yourself a gratitude journal. It will completely be a game changer for you. You will have more to be grateful for, less to complain about. You know, you will see more of the good in life, because I think we spend too much time, you know, focusing on the negatives, focusing on the things that we cannot control and the things that we cannot change, you know. And as somebody who actually struggles with anxiety issues, you know, it's very easy for me to fall into the trap of always thinking the worst of things. I get very anxious about, you know, things. Those who know me know that, you know, anxiety is one of the things that I've been, you know, dealing with literally since I was in high school. I think I had my first anxiety attack. My very first anxiety attack I had during a netball game in high school. We were playing against Pretoria Girls High, and then your girl was on the netball court playing, and then all of a sudden, like, I couldn't breathe. Like, literally, I stopped breathing. I couldn't breathe. They had to stop the game to, you know, find out what was going on. I was freaking out because I couldn't breathe. And obviously, because you can't breathe, it makes you panic even more. But the more you panic, the worse it becomes, you know. So I literally couldn't breathe. I was gasping for air. I didn't know what was going on until I passed out, you know, like I blacked out. And then that sort of just became a thing in my life, like for years to come. The anxiety attacks are much better now. I haven't had an anxiety attack in a while, you know. So, but you know, I have this tendency of like, either if there's something that's really bothering my mind, you know, that has been sitting on my mind for a while, and I keep thinking about it over and over again, and I keep stressing about it, you know. When I was in architecture school, I had a lot of anxiety attacks. My sister can tell you about that. That's like a story for a whole other day, how crazy architecture school was. But there are times where I had to be rushed to hospital because, you know, I couldn't breathe anymore. I needed to get, there's this pill that they'd always give me in hospital that they'd slip under my tongue. And what happened is that my doctor suggested that I get rescue tablets, and every time I feel anxious and every time I feel like an anxiety attack is about to you know, is about to come on, I must just pop a rescue tablet under my tongue, and it should help me to calm down. So I did that for a very long time. But what I'm finding is that since having the gratitude journal, you know, I have so many more positive things to think about. I'm having much less negative thoughts. Guys, I don't know if you understand how crazy anxiety is. Like, sometimes you'll just think about something so random at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's sleeping, and boom, some agonizing thought comes into your mind. And sometimes it's something that's completely unrelated to your life per se, but you'll think about something crazy like, what is it going to be like when the world ends? Next thing, you can't sleep because you agonizing about, what does that mean? If the world ends, what does it mean? You know, will it end usaphila or usashona? But what if your children are still alive? Then that means your children will be affected. But what if maybe your children are not alive, but then your children, you know, and then you just think about all these crazy things that are like so unnecessary even. So I'm really trying my best to take control of my mental health this year and be, you know, very in control and ahead, because guys, the mind is a very, very powerful thing. If you don't know that already, well, this is now me telling you about it. So yeah, this is my foundation. I think it looks very simple, very classy, very natural, and that is exactly the look that we're going for. So now I'm just going to highlight my under eyes just a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're gonna blend that out with a damp beauty sponge. I already dampened it before I started this tutorial. So we're just gonna pat. And guys, please remember that blending is probably the most important part of the whole makeup routine. If you don't blend your makeup properly, you are going to have a problem. So we're just gonna brighten these under eyes. Blend. I'm probably gonna go in with the fawn as well, just a little bit, just to make it look a bit more natural. So I'm just gonna go in with that fawn concealer again. Oh, that's quite a bit, but it's fine. We'll make it work. So the next thing that I want us to talk about is exercise. I know you guys are gonna hate me for saying that, but exercise is really great for you. You know, it's great not just for you physically, but it's great for your mental wellness as well. It's definitely something that we should do just as a sign of respect for our bodies, to thank our bodies for carrying us everywhere we need to go. Our bodies are always here for us. So I don't understand why we don't want to return the favor. We don't want to be good to our bodies, you know. And then when our bodies fall apart, then we want to be like, why is this happening? But you're actually the one that's not taking care of yourself to begin with, you know. So guys, can we please prioritize exercise in 2022? Guys, it doesn't have to be crazy gym freak type of vibe. I'm not saying let's all turn into gym freaks and go to the gym 6 times a week. First of all, I'm not that girl. Like, I'm not going to be going to the gym 6 days a week. Like, I don't like, who has time for that, you know? Unless of course you're like a fitness trainer, or like, you know, like a fitness influencer or something. But like, other than that, people have lives to live. People need to go to work. People have kids that they need to take care of, and tons of other things that they need to attend to on a daily basis. So sometimes I feel like gym 7 days a week vibe is really impractical, you know. But all I'm saying is, let us try to prioritize taking care of our bodies, you know. Even if it's just going for a walk, you know, on the one day, and on the other day just taking a nice jog around your neighborhood, and then on the one day, you know, you go to the gym or whatever. But let's just move our bodies. Let's move around and do something that our body will thank us for. So now we are going to move on to a little bit of contouring, just to bring a bit of definition to our, oh, I think this, is this shade too dark for me? But we'll see. We'll blend it out and see. The next thing that I want to talk about is going for your regular checkups. Hey, it's right at the beginning of the year. It's the perfect time to go have your annual checkups. Go into your doctor, have your annual checkups, have your tests for everything that you need to get tested for. I mean, us women get prone to things like, you know, even breast cancer, and God forbid none of us will go through that, but how will you know that you've got signs of breast cancer or cervical cancer or whatever if you don't go for annual checkups? These things are very important. They are there for a reason. Let us go check for our blood sugar. Let us check for everything else. I mean, do you even know what your blood type is? Like, do you know what your blood type is? I mean, I just found out what my blood type is for the first time last year. I decided to do a blood type test because I was thinking to myself, Abel, like, I don't even know what my blood type is, but like, wow. Because do you know that there are actually even foods that are suggested for certain blood types, certain foods that are recommended, and certain foods that are not recommended, for certain blood types. I am O positive. Yeah, I'm O positive. That's my blood type, in case you were wondering. So it's like, how are we even gonna know these things if we don't go for regular checkups? So ladies, do your pap smear. Do your pap smear. Test for everything, because honestly, you never know. You just never know. So the more you check up, the better. I haven't been for my checkups yet, but it's definitely something that I am prioritizing and something that I'm going to be doing like very soon. I just need to get that sorted out, but definitely it's something that I'm going to be doing. It's something that I'm going to make sure that I get done this year, as well as like other stuff. Guys, go to the dentist and get your teeth cleaned. Like, oh my goodness, like that shouldn't even be a thing that anybody needs to tell you. Like, that's a given. You have to, every 6 months, go to the dentist and get your teeth cleaned. That's how you maintain good oral health. I've got braces, so I pretty much don't have a choice. The dentist has to be my best friend. That is something that is a major priority. My oral health is non-negotiable at this point, and for those who are thinking of getting braces, your teeth move quicker if your oral hygiene is good. So remember that. So yeah, I also need to go to the dentist soon to get my teeth cleaned, which, by the way, is not something that I enjoy. Just so you know, I don't think anyone actually enjoys going to the dentist, because the truth is, dentist visits are normally sore. They're not the nicest thing, but it's one of those things, like, it has to be done. Some people are scared of injections. Some people are scared of going to the dentist. It's one of those things, but it's one of those things that need to be done, because then what else must happen? So you might as well just bite the bullet and just do what you need to do. So I'm just going to dust off whatever's left of the powder. Ooh, my brush is flaking. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna stop using this brush because I don't know what's going on. So I'm just dusting off any excess powder. And now, to blend everything together, I'm going to use my MAC NC45 Studio Fix pressed powder. Oh, but this brush is completely flaking off. This is just to blend everything together and make it seamless. So there's not any harsh lines between the contour and the highlighter, if you know what I mean. I'm just gonna spray my face and set all these powders in the meantime. So now moving on to the eyes, we're not gonna do a lot with the eyes. We're just gonna keep it as classical and neutral as possible. I think I will go in with, I don't know, I'm thinking of using my Gingerly blush from MAC, or actually go in with an actual eyeshadow palette. This is my Revolution palette from Makeup Revolution. It is beautiful. It has these stunning, very neutral colors. So I think I will go in with this one. I will start with this brown type of color. It's the closest to my natural eye color. And I'm not gonna do a lot to the eyes. I'm just to give them a wash of color more than anything. Just a little wash of color. I've got lashes on, so I'm trying to be careful not to interfere with my lashes. And then over this color, I'm gonna go in with a more subtle pink type of color, because I love shades of pink and blush because they're so feminine and soft, and that is exactly the type of look that we're going for. We want the soft, neutral, natural type of look. So I'm trying to decide which shade to go in with, and I think, because I don't want anything too bright, so I might go with this one, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. Yep, I think it's fine. I think it's exactly what we're going for. It's very soft and feminine, and I like that, because we don't want to overdo the eyeshadow or anything for that matter. We want to keep it as neutral and soft as possible. I think this is it. I think we've got it, ladies. This is the one. I like it. I need to stop before I get carried away, because I'm getting excited because it's such a pretty color. Okay, last one. Okay, so now to complement the eyeshadow, we're gonna add just a little bit of blush. Using a clean blusher brush. Just on the, what are they called? The apples of the cheeks. Just a little bit. See? Not much. We're not trying to do a lot. Okay, that should be enough. And then, time to add some highlighter. I'm using this Contour and Glow palette from Scarlet Hill. I absolutely love it. So another thing that we need to talk about, ladies, is rest. I feel like sometimes people overwork themselves and work and work and work and end up not actually giving themselves time for rest. And rest is very important, because how are you going to function if you're pouring from an empty cup? So we also need to prioritize getting rest when we need to. There's nothing shameful about resting. There's nothing shameful about not taking up people on their offers to go out for lunch or whatever, because you're feeling so tired and you just feel like you actually need that Saturday to regroup and rest. Remember that. Once again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So now I will be using my, where is it? I'm looking for my, there it is. My liquid liner, just to frame my eyes a bit. I absolutely love this. It's a bit tricky if you're already wearing lashes, but we'll see what we can do. I can't talk while doing this. So we don't want any harsh lines or anything of that sort. We want it to be as soft and as natural as possible. So now I'm just going to line my lips with my eyeliner, no, brow liner. This is my brow pencil. Lastly, I want to talk about self-love and self-care. Once again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love other people? And how are other people going to love you? You need to pour in to yourself. You need to invest in yourself in whatever way that you can, whether it's educating yourself, whether it's taking yourself on spa dates, solo dates. I mean, not so long ago, I took myself out for lunch on a solo date. I buy myself flowers as a form of self-love and self-appreciation. It's something that I really, really love. Flowers are something that I really, really love. And I don't need to wait for somebody to do that for me. That's something that I can do for myself. So always find ways to pour into yourself, even if it's something small, at the end of your day, just allocating time for yourself to read a book and unwind. And I know it gets very difficult for those who have kids and who have families that they need to take care of. Sometimes it gets very difficult to find even a minute for yourself, but it's something that is so imperative. It's something that we all need to do. We owe it to ourselves to take care of ourselves. We owe it to ourselves to recharge, to pour into ourselves so that we can pour into others as well. So for my lips, I am using this Catrice Cosmetics Generation Matte Liquid Lipstick. It is in the shade Nude Town Express. It's like this beautiful nude shade. I'm using it for the first time today, so let's see how it goes. Ooh, it's nice. I like it. And it complements the whole look so nicely. I'm not going to overdo it though. Just a little goes a long way. This is what it looks like. So all in all, what I'm saying is we need to prioritize ourselves. We need to prioritize self-care and self-love so that we can be able to be vessels that are a blessing to others as well. But we cannot do that from a place of emptiness. We need to work on finding ways to be whole. And that includes going to therapy. There's this misconception that therapy is either for crazy people or weak people, especially when it comes to Black men. I've realized that a lot of Black men don't believe in therapy. And the truth is, we've all got things that we're dealing with. Every single last one of us. We all have things that we're dealing with. Ideally, I honestly believe that we should all be going to therapy, at some point or another in our lives. I think it's very good for us. It's good for us to offload. It's good for us to, get professional advice and guidance as well, psychologically. I think that is something that can really take us to a different level as a people in general, because I feel like a lot of people end up taking out their frustrations on innocent people in many ways and forms, whether it's in forms of abuse or whatever. Some people end up closing off and not being able to open themselves up to other people and open themselves up to opportunities for really beautiful people to come into their lives, all because of all the stuff that's going on inside them. And sometimes you really just need to offload in an environment that is very good and conducive for your mental health. So let's go to therapy, guys, in 2022. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's actually a very good thing that I believe we should all be experiencing. So this is the final look. Just looking into my mirror. Just want to blend out the lipstick and make it more seamless. So this is the final look. This is the classic woman look. This is our level up, bossing up into 2022 look. And yeah, let us do whatever we need to do to be the absolute best versions of ourselves. We're not making excuses this year. We all have things that we've dealt with in the past. We all have traumas that we have experienced, but it does not give us an excuse to not be the best versions of ourselves. So let's keep working on ourselves. Let's keep progressing. We are all a work in progress. We can all be better people. We can improve and do better. I personally am making sure of that this year. That is my highest priority, you know, to work as much as possible on being the absolute best version of myself. So yeah, let's get rid of all those toxic traits. Let's get rid of all the things that are keeping us back when we should be at a much higher level in life. You know, let us do whatever we need to do to blossom, to level up, to be bold, to be beautiful, and to be the bosses of our own lives. I really hope that you enjoyed our little leveling up chit chat. I hope you enjoyed this very simple but classy makeup tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.